Hi everyone, it's Cindy here from Westwind Counseling and Eating Disorder Recovery Center. And today I want to talk a little bit about weekends because we know they can be a bit tricky in recovery. There's more downtime, there's less structure, and sometimes it can open the door for old patterns or behaviors to creep in. If you've felt that way before, if you've experienced it before, you're knowing you're definitely not alone, but there are some strategies that we can bring in to help the weekends go smoother for you so that you can feel more confident as you move into the weekend and as you move through it. So the first one we like to ask on a Friday usually is the check-in question of what does my recovery need from me this weekend? Sometimes that can be things like rest or structure, maybe it's connection with others or a mixture of all of them. So this question alone can really help you to show up with more intention throughout your weekend. Another helpful idea is to make a loose plan of what your weekend is going to look like. It doesn't need to be a rigid schedule, but just a sense of your meals, maybe your activities, the support that you have, because as we know, there's usually a little less structure on the weekends than there is on the weekdays. We always encourage everyone to stick with consistent snacks and meal times. So plans might shift a little bit on the weekend, but your body still needs the fuel. Your recovery needs the fuel, regardless of what day it is. So staying in that rhythm can really help to protect your recovery over the weekend. Another thing we like to encourage clients to do is reflect on your values. So considering if there are any values or recovery goals that you'd like to focus on over the weekend, maybe that's bringing in things like self-compassion. Maybe you are challenging a fear food with some support over the weekend, or it could be something like resting without guilt. So lastly, weekends can be a great time to be social. We know that weekend social gatherings can be sometimes food focused with brunches, parties, family meals, etc. So maybe it's some strategies around bringing support. Maybe it's setting boundaries about how long you're going to stay at different events. And it's always coming back to checking in with yourself and what your recovery needs this weekend. So we know recovery doesn't pause for the weekends, but that means every weekend can be a chance to practice being gentle and compassionate with yourself as you continue to heal and continue to grow and strengthen in your recovery.